YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Campus Strategy and Tactics Quick Tip. So today we're going to address a little bit more going down the rabbit hole that is training, and address a concern that a lot of people on the boards have been voicing, and that is, how do you train a teacher? What's the most effective way to train a teacher during the school year? Since you can't train during the summertime, how do you get your teachers up in levels while still getting the classes that need to be taught? Well, let's find out. So let's start out a year here. So the subject we're going to focus on right now is School of Thought. So at the moment, this is a brand new subject for us. We have one School of Thought teacher that I have hired previously. Let's go to them. Belle Marmalade here is our one School of Thought teacher. Belle's schedule is fully packed. We have 16 School of Thought students coming in, and every single slot on Belle's schedule is fully loaded. And Belle's only a level 1 teacher. Getting Belle educated and up in their skills is going to be a bit of a tricky prospect. So the way that we do this is twofold. First off, we need a second teacher. We want to go and find a secondary teacher that has the subject in question. In this case, we're going to go with Kat Skinner. Now, you're going to want, when you're looking for a replacement or at least a train-up stand-in, you're actually more interested in the actual traits than you are like their starting skills. I mean, yeah, it's great that Kat Skinner starts with a 2, but if Kat Skinner was at a 1, that's still fine because Iron Bladder's pretty darn good. This one's even better, but I don't want the private tuition skill, and we can't remove that. So a little bit of skill pollution there. So we're going to go with Kat Skinner. We start off by hiring Kat Skinner. Drop them in there. Now what we want to do is go to the teacher that needs training, in this case Belle Marmalade. We're going to turn off their teaching job for the moment. That will cause Kat Skinner to inherit their thing. So now if we go to Kat Skinner here, Kat Skinner has now inherited the schedule from Belle Marmalade. That frees Belle Marmalade up. So now let us grab, literally, Belle Marmalade. Now, the fastest way to chain train is to actually literally pick them up and drop them into the staff training room. That will immediately bring up the staff training dialog box, at which point we're going to select School of Thought and train it up. Now we wait for our training module here to do its magic. Now I just want to draw your attention to this. So this is a teacher who was in the middle of training. They have a class to teach here in September, and the minute they get into the partition where get the one before the start of the class, that is their prompt to interrupt their tasks. That's their prompt to say, okay, time for me to stop training for a little bit and get ready for my class. So they unprompted abandoned their training. Meanwhile, our other teacher, who does not have any teaching tasks to worry about, will continue going for more training. They finish the one, start the training on the next one. Even though they get out of the chair, it immediately starts training them again, and they're just going to walk back into the chair and continue. Is it a little micromanaging? Yes. Is it effective? Yes. So let us continue marinating Belle Marmalade here in the training chair. See if we can't get ourselves a really good School of Thought teacher as we begin our next school year. All right, upon getting the alert here, train staff, keep going. You can keep going until you reach the cap of their training ability here. In this case, our cap is determined by our level. Our course level is basically 2 plus your course level. So our max qualification level of 4. So, while 4 is not the greatest, but because this is a new subject, we can't go too high. It's still a heck of a lot better than the 1 that she was starting out. Now that they've reached our level 4, we're going to go ahead and train them up in their ancillary skills. I'm going to try doing level 2 comic timing, level 2 inspirational speaking, just for the extra chances for those. One other thing to note is that if you get enough academic course points mid-year, even though increasing the level of something will not increase the number of students that you receive, it will immediately give you access to the next level. So for our School of Thought, we've accumulated now 30 course points, which means we can upgrade it to the next level, which means that Belle Marmalade can now get level 5 in School of Thought. So just something to keep in mind, that if you're chain training a teacher along the way, you can go even higher midway if you level them up. And here she is, Belle Marmalade, fully armed and operational, and it only took about a third of the year to get her to this point. Now we can get her teaching back on, and if we find our other teacher, by the way, School of Thought, very high difficulty, you need really good teachers. So yeah, let's find our other School of Thought teacher, Kat Skinner. Now, as far as what to do with Kat Skinner, we could fire them right now, but we know for a fact that going into our next year, we're going to be getting more School of Thought students. So it would be better off for us to get a more highly trained teacher ready to rock and roll from the get-go. So instead of firing Kat Skinner, we are going to now grab them, remove their teaching assignments so that they do not get distracted by class, and plop them into the training room to repeat the process. Now, yes, this is kind of micromanaging, but it is so effective, because now Belle Marmalade teaching our School of Thought classes is going to be doing so much better. And from what I've been seeing from the prompts, our School of Thought students need it. And finally, we get to reap the rewards of our training here. Belle Marmalade at it with the School of Thought. Our School of Thought students in desperate need for some additional schooling from a much better teacher. But now she's procking comic reliefs. She's up in their learning rates here. Their learning rates, they're average, not so good for now, but it's going up under her guidance. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!